Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Show up here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
That's all I got to say. FGP. Oh, because it's fun. Just might as well start the show off with that every show. Damn it. Good afternoon, and I know Dwayne did as usual. Good afternoon, everybody. Detroit Lions won pride. Kings of the North champions. 12-1. Let's make it 13-1. Well, statistically, the Lions are better in every stat. Oh, except passing yardage. But we've given up less touchdowns in the passing game. So let's get into it. Offensively, they're 10th in the league at 355 yards even, 49 total touchdowns. The Lions, 394.8 and 51 touchdowns for second in the NFL. Passing the offense, they're 12th in the league, 229.3 with 23 touchdowns. Smoking Dad and Corey's in the building. You know what I got to do. Passing offense, 229.3 and 23 for 12th in the league. The Lions are 4th at 243.4 yards and 29 touchdowns. Rushing, they do have a couple more touchdowns because of their quarterback, but they're only averaging 125.7 yards per game, and the Lions average 151.1. They have 24 touchdowns, we have 22. So that's kind of a wash. And we do have guys coming back. We'll get the report this afternoon. Scoring offense. They average 32 point. No, that can't be right. Just a second. Let me change this. Had to got something wrote down wrong because they can't be tied. We're 1 there too. We averaged 32.1. They averaged 30.5. That's what it was. Now, defensively, total yards, they're 14th. We're 10th. They've given up 31 touchdowns. We've given up 10 total touchdowns, it says here. Passing. It can't be right. Yeah, that's right. We're 10th in the league total. They're 14th. That's what it was. We've given up 24. They're 9th in passing yardage at 208.9 with 18 touchdowns. We have 224.7, and this is on defense. They've given up 18 touchdowns. We've given up 11. Red zone. Yeah, rushing defensively, they give up 123.1 and 10 touchdowns. We've given up 93.9 and 12. Scoring defense, they give up 20.6 per game. We give up 18. We're tied for second. They're 8th. Red zone defense, they're 54.2%. We're 4th in the league at 47.2. And in third down defense, this is where we blow them out of the water, boys. They give up first downs 43.2% of the time. We only give it up 31.3. So if the Legion of Whom keeps playing like this and holding teams from getting first downs, we'll win this game. That's the key. Is stop them on third down. And we've been good at it all year. And I saw an interesting one. The Vikings, the Chiefs, the Packers, and about 5 other teams are in the top 10 for receiving PIs to get first downs. Guess how many the Lions have had? 5. 5. That's offensive getting DPI. 5. So the Lions are earning their first downs, despite what everybody says. I just don't get the hate there. Yeah, I'm a little fired up today. But we got Smoking Dad. We got Corey Patterson. Enjoy your music. I think this is going to be a very close game, but it's stop them on third down, and we get our third down. That's going to be the difference in the game. Well, everybody knows you're not feeling well, Dad, because when you let me know, I let our fans know because they asked why you weren't in the chat. So I asked for prayers, and I hope you heal up good. Good to see you, Moonscar. But after watching the way the Rams ran all over them with one guy, I, I'm not worried about that Bills defense as much anymore. I just got this weird feeling we can beat them. I understand Josh Allen's prolific, blah, 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 all that good stuff. But the Legion of Whom is coming for him. I am very, very excited about this game. I think it's going to be wonderful. Um, and I find it weird that we heard that it wasn't a concussion Sunday, that it was his jaw. Then we heard it was a concussion. Then we heard it wasn't a concussion, and then they said last night Aleem McNeil is still in concussion protocol. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Corey. Have you noticed that how many quarterbacks have rushed in for a touchdown against us? It's been, I think, one. Wasn't that Baker Mayfield? Lions are winning this one. I hate being homerish, but I just can't help but think defensively we're better with no names on the roster, and we're supposed to get some of our names back. DJ Reader's, we'll find out this afternoon. I'll know by this afternoon if he's healthy. I haven't seen a weekly report yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Leonard. I beat you. Sadly, Mason of Tennessee. They have way less injured than us. Oh yeah, that was from the White Chicks one. That was a great celebration. We had one from a movie. Well, we've had them from movies. We've had them from celebrations imitating former NFL greats, especially the one by JMO, which I think it's ridiculous they find him because they used it in their highlight reel as the thumbnail. Is JMO grabbing his crotch when he dove into the end zone because that was Marshawn Lynch's celebration before they started cracking down on celebration. And the one that made it the worst was Chad Ochocinco. That's why all the rules came in about it's taunting if you over celebrate and blah blah. But some of the celebrations have been very well choreographed. But yeah, the white chicks dance, that was great. I'm sorry. Uh, that was one of the best ones. It has to be up there. And as much as it's humble, and I want to clarify this for all the people that are not Lions fans that watch. When somebody puts their hand behind their back and raises their hand like this, they were doing the scout salute because David Montgomery was given a tribute to Eagle Scouts if he was one. Some Philly fans said, "Look, he's throwing up a gang sign." Damn it, can't find what I want. I was trying. I will be giving those totals tomorrow morning on the pick'ems. I got the sheet ready to go. I just haven't done it yet. I think if we play Green Bay and we win, our O line should hold hands and take a bow at the end zone. Yet simple yet classy. No, I didn't have a show last night. I ended up working. I get another day added to my schedule, so now I'm up to Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Long story short, I get to make more money, and I'm happy with that. I just still can't believe, as much as they scored, we held them under 300 yards. You know, they say they dominated that game. Out of their 199 passing yards net, Christian Watson had over 100 of it and no touchdowns. And 2 of the rushing touchdowns came after, Aleem McNeil was out of the game, and I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm making an observation. Roderick Martin and, Pat O'Connor combined are not Aleem McNeil or DJ Reader in the middle. Let's not sugarcoat it. But they did just fine because we held them to 1 of 5 on 3rd down. They never attempted a 4th down. They punted 3 of those times. They didn't make it. The one time, they got a field goal. That's the difference in the game. And I got told in by a commenter that, we weren't treating these games. I understand, Corey. But at the same time, when the players did their interview, they literally said Dan Campbell is treating each game per week as it is each game, but he's also calling it like it's a playoff game to prepare us for the playoff. That's why they decided to go for it 4th and short every time. Whether it was 4th and goal, 4th and 3, 4th and 1, we went for it. 4th and a half a yard. We made it 4 out of 5 times. Oh, yeah. I'll do the stat breakdown again. The Bills are 10th in offense, 355 yards per game and 49 total touchdowns. They are 12th in passing, 229.3 and 23rd, 23 touchdowns. 11th in rushing, 125.7 per game. But they do score a ton of rushing touchdowns, mostly because of Josh Allen, 24. Second in scoring at 30.5 and 49 touchdowns. 4th in red zone offense. That's getting to the red zone and scoring, 68.5. Third down percentage, they get their third downs 43.4% of the time. For the Lions, 394.8 total yards, 51 touchdowns. In the passing, it's 243.4 and 29 touchdowns. Rushing, 151.1 yards per game and 22 touchdowns. Scoring, we averaged 32.1 points per game and 51 touchdowns. Our red zone is pretty much right there. Oh, rest in peace, Bob Morrison, former assistant coach staff from 1987 to 2002. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend kneecap biting to keep your teeth strong and sharp. Until you get over 50, it breaks them. Just saying. But they are still sharp. I can bite through a steak. So if we get to the red zone 67.3% of the time, our third down percentage is good for 4th in the league at 45% achieving a first down on 3rd down. Defensively, they are 14th in the league. They give up 332 yards per game, and they've given up 31 touchdowns. The Lions are good for 10th at 318.6 and 24 touchdowns total. They are 9th in the league at passing yardage, but give up more touchdowns. They are 208.9 in the passing game against, but give up 18 touchdowns. The Lions give up more yards, but less touchdowns. 224.7 and only 11 touchdowns through the air. Good for 23rd in the league, which is up 2 spots from last week. Last week we were 25th. We moved up to 23rd. Scoring defense, they are 8th in the league at 20.6 against and giving up 31 total touchdowns. We are tied for second with 3 other teams at 18 points per game and 24 touchdowns against. Red zone scoring, they give up points in the red zone at a higher rate. They have been unsuccessful 54.2% of the time. We are successful 47.2% of the time. They're 16th for 4th. Third down defense will be the difference in this game. We are first in the league at 31.3% with the Legion of Whom defense, and they are 25th at 43.2%. Time of possession, controlling the clock. That's the difference in this game. They can do big chunk plays and stuff like that and get their stuff, but we clamp down in the red zone. That's the difference. And we also shut teams down more at third down. And I think that's the key. Us get first downs, they don't. If you don't let them get first downs, guess what? We'll win this game. And that's what we've been doing. We've been playing the clock control game all year. The only game where it got out of hand, really, I think was the Minnesota game. Was one of the few teams that had a better time of possession in the Texans game. Other than that, it's been pretty much even, or we've been way lopsided. And I think the Titans game was the weird one because it was all special teams yardage, where all we had to do was go from the 20 every game, every drive. Uh, Watch Khalil Shakir. He's their biggest target right now, and matching him up against a Meek Robertson or a Eman Mosley, if they ever let him play, I don't understand why we haven't played him. Anybody but Vildor. I don't know. I don't know if Amari Cooper's playing or not. He's been out the last couple of weeks with an injury. He may not play. Coleman's been out too, so we don't know. Those are things to watch out for. Matt Milano versus our rushing attack, because he looked like absolute dog shit versus the Rams. He couldn't tackle Corum or Williams. I don't know what's going on with him mentally. He used to be one of the best run defenders, and it looks like he's checked out or he's afraid of being hurt, in my opinion. Oh, God. Mother's milk. It's needed. Throat was getting dry. The Rams can make noise, but they got to win out, and have everybody else lose out that's ahead of them. And I don't think that'll happen. I think it's coming down to between the Cardinals and Seahawks. If the Rams knock out the Seahawks, they have an outside chance of getting in, but that means the Packers have to have an epic collapse. And I think the division is a two-horse race between Minnesota and us. So what else you got for me? I'm gonna go see if I can see anything from the Lions about some injuries or anything anymore. But it is confirmed we are wearing the all blacks. I repeat, we are wearing the all blacks this weekend for the game. And the other thing I want to say is, all right, Dad, you have a good lunch. Smoking Dad is leaving the building. Our entire offensive line, as of right now, are leading every other person at that position in the NFL and Pro Bowl voting. The entire offensive line, they're number one. That's whether AFC or NFC. And that is the biggest reason we are this good. Our trenches is elite. Kirby Joseph is the number one rated NFC safety voting wise. Branch is number two. Carlton Davis is third in the NFC, sixth overall. Jack Fox, number one in the NFC and number three overall. Special teams player Sion Vaki, number one in the NFC and number one overall. Jack Campbell is the fifth best linebacker according to NFC and ninth overall in the voting. Jared Goff is number two in the NFC and fifth overall in the league. Taylor Decker, number one overall. Aleem McNeil, fifth in the league in the NFC, ninth overall. Jake Bates is second in the NFC and fifth overall in the entire league for kickers. I don't know how anybody's above him when he's only missed one. I think so too. I think we're going to see Pascal and Reeder at least. We might still be without Aleem, but let's see. Hogan Hatton as long snapper is the second best one in the league. Sam Laporta is third in the NFC and sixth overall in Pro Bowl voting. Jahmyr Gibbs is second in the NFC and third overall, which means he only trails Saquon Barkley. Kudos to Jahmyr Gibbs for breaking 1,000 yards rushing this year. Now we just need another, 220 out of Mr. Montgomery, and we'll have two 1,000-yard rushers again for the second time in franchise history since the Bears punter is actually in the top five. I think it's funny. He should be number one. But I don't think Bears fans are actually voting in. Right, if they weren't hurt. I think Hutchinson still receives some votes, if I remember right. Yeah, Hutch is still in the top 15 in the NFL and top 6 in NFC. Think about that. That means he would be playing in the Pro Bowl. It's looking like we may have Anzalone and Raymond back by week 18. Barnes is out for the year. No chance he comes back this year. But every week we're hearing good things from the rehab of Hutchinson. And the fact that we saw him at the game in the suite, no crutches, next to Anzalone and Barnes and everybody else that was there with his family. I do too. I don't think Knuckles has that far to go. I think it's 220 if I remember right. Could be as much as 250 at most. I'll look right now for you. Oh man, I almost nailed it. 229. That's what he needs. 229 yards. And overall this season, I believe he's averaging around 60 yards. Oh, he would have to come off the IR. No, Davenport's out for the year. I really didn't see Jahmyr Gibbs getting 1,000 before Monty this year because of the way we used him last year. But I'm glad he did, proving the fact that he was worth 100% that 12th pick. Jamison Williams is slowly but surely. Bills are about to get Buffalo 13-1 incoming. Go Lions. 100% Brent DeWitt. I just feel like we're winning. $710 yards on the season on 39 catches, 18.2 with a long of 70. Doubled his production last year already. I don't think Davenport will be back till next season, and by that time, I believe he's gone. I think that was a 1-year deal. Davenport wasn't a break. He had to have UCL tendon repair, which takes longer, and he's actually older than Anzalone. Anzalone had a clean break of the forearm, and they already put the rod in, and he's already getting to the point where he's going to be able to take it out of the cast and start working out to get back on the field. That's the difference. Tendons take a lot longer to heal. Davenport didn't break his arm. UCL basically is Tommy John surgery. Basically, he separated the tendons in Davenport's elbow when Paris Johnson did that karate chop. Dirty ass player. JMO was vindicated. The NFL fined Tariq Stevenson. No, it wasn't a break. It was tendon ruptures. And tendon ruptures are not a clean snap. So they got to piece it together and get it at the right spot so it lines back up. It was actually a rupture. Love it, Vogel. Love it, Vogel. Tell Mr. Vogel we said we respect the Vikings. J.I. in the chat. Yes. Go Lions. I said all year. Thank you, J.I. I said all year. As long as JMO ends up with 750 plus and 5 touchdowns or more, it was a successful season for him. And he's missed 2 games. And he's tracking on to surpass that mark with me. So I think it's fine. He may get 1,000 yards, but we'd have to start targeting and he'd have to get open more. Absolutely, Fred. I agree 100%. But I said prior to the season, because of how little he's been on the field and we didn't know what the rapport was going to be with Goff, 45 plus catches, 750 yards. I had that as a respectable amount because he was averaging about 14 yards a catch. And that's how I came up with those numbers. And I said 5 touchdowns because I think if he plays a majority of the year, it should be easily 5 touchdowns. And now he's going to surpass the 750. He just needs to get one more touchdown for me. But I think he's going to end up with at least 2 in the next 4 weeks. He was not a top 10 draft pick. He was 12th. That's where I'm at. J.I., look at what he's had. He didn't work out an entire season, came in and got a touchdown on his very first. He was a top 12 pick. Yeah, he wasn't top 10. He was 12. But you got to look at the situation. He came in injured, couldn't play till week 11. First play, gets a touchdown, got another touchdown that season as well. The next year was suspended for 6, reduced to 4, played 11 games, but wasn't targeted in half of them because Goff didn't trust him. He had to build that rapport. He still had 324 yards on 24 catches and 2 touchdowns. And they were huge touchdowns, the ones he had. Plus, he performed in the postseason well. And I said, with everything that's going on and how little he's never had a full off season to work out. This was his first full off season in year 3. We didn't know what the rapport would be. So 45 plus catches, that's a 16 catch increase from the year before, right? 11 games, divide it in half. So if you divide that in half, that's 14. I added 2 onto that to make it 45 plus. And at 14 yards per catch, that equates to 750 yards. He had 2 touchdowns last year. So I said 5 plus this year. So if he gets the 2 more touchdowns, Moonscar must have a bet on him to get over 5.5 because that was the thing. And that's how I came up with the 5 plus. Vegas only expected him to get 5.5. So for any Lions fans to expect them to get more, they're delusional. The 5th-year option price will be just under 20 million. I think we will accept it because he's hitting those expectations that was put in front of him. His over under for yardage this season was only 680 yards. He already passed it. So if Vegas has him above where they projected him to be, I think they do. Um, he's apologized for everything he's ever done and says that he even said after the whole gun thing, I need to make better decisions with my life. So he realized it was wrong. He probably went out and scheduled his his CPL course. Oh, 100% chicken nugget. I saw them run all over him, and I was like, "Wow, here we go." So don't forget the week 15 pick'ems is already in because I was stupid and put the wrong one. So if you haven't made your picks yet, make your picks. I'm going to tabulate. I will let you guys know who's the leader, who's the bum of the week. I know I did pretty good. I think I got 10 right. I either went I either went 10-3 or 11-2. I had a good week. And somebody would have done better, but they forgot to even put in the Miami and Jets game. Good to see you, chicken. Yeah, you had a decent week. You picked a couple of wrong ones. I know we both picked the same one on the Arizona game. We were both wrong. That was one of my wrong ones. You did okay, Will. I'll check it all out here in a minute. Okay, let's see. So the Bengals did win, right? Yeah, but there's people who had more than 9 right before that. Yeah, I went 11-2. Moonscar. Moonscar did 11. Yeah, you picked 45 and so did King SJ. Both of you were really super close. Good job, guys. Almost everybody picked the Bengals to win that game. Oh yeah, I know the Rams ran the ball right down their throats, and that was with both of them. We can't lose the division at this point. We have the better strength of schedule. Even if we tie in the division at 15-2, we'll win the tiebreaker. Because let's say we lose this week and we go 15-2, that means we swept the division. J.I. I don't think there's a way we can lose the division. And at 15-2, you don't lose the 1 seed either. Yeah, that was funny. Talking about Sam Martin. Yeah, I saw that. You want to hear the crazy thing? The Cowboys blocked the punt, but the Bengals get the first down. That was the downfall in the game. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I saw that. Let's see if I downloaded that. There are one, two, three, four, five, 6 different ways that the Lions still hold the 1 seed. Right. We have to lose 2. Yes, that's the other good thing. It was the most amount of viewers online for an Amazon primetime game in history. And that's just online. That wasn't even including the ones that watched it on Fox 2 at home. Think about that. It was a total of over 29 million viewers watched the Packers lose on Thursday night. Yep. In the muffed, yeah, I remember on the muffed interception. Yeah, I hear you. It's just crazy the way that game went. But I had I have no confidence that the Cowboys can win at home versus anybody. I don't even care that they beat the Giants because they were tanking anyways. That's why they started Drew Lock. That's why they're still starting Drew Lock. He's awful. Oh, pardon me. Man, you guys are great though. They dropped a 1-6 at home this week. Here, I know. Isn't it great? Oh, I get a chuckle out of them. So let's see. We got Moonscar with 11. We got King SJ with 11, but he gets the edge because he had 45 picked as his total. We got Will Vogel with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got Dwayne Keene with 9. We got Michael Huck with 1, 2. He got 9. And Jim Jackson got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I just got to get JI's tabulated because he's in here. I do believe. Oh, he missed it. Oh, JI. So, so think about that. We got 3 people at 11. But right now, the edge goes to King SJ. He's leading because he was only 2 points off the title. And then everybody else is at 9 wins. You guys are fucking great. Yeah, it is. Micah Parsons karma for what he tweeted about Detroit last year. 100%. But remember, we're running this contest longer. So if you miss a week, it may not hurt you as much unless the top guys run away with it. We all saw that Sarah started going to where she wasn't getting the top score every week. and it allowed people back in. And without doing the scores for the total score points scored on Monday Night Football, it really, really hurts your chances of winning. Because if the point differential is bad one week and good the next, you can make it up. I do believe that the Cowtards are not America's team anymore. I've heard several many turn against them. Victory tastes so sweet. 100%. You know what America's team is? It's right here in the heart of the Motor City. And I heard on Tuesday they're loading the trucks for distribution, courtesy of WRIF. Coach Campbell's shredded cheeseheads, fresh from Green Bay, shall be in stores soon. Just 1 week. I can still catch y'all as long as I beat J.I. Yo, you're beating J.I. because he missed the cut. Got to have a pick to get counted. I think it's crazy. Austin got 9 and he skipped the game. J.I. hate you, Jim Jackson. Just kidding. Of course. Oh, the rivalries in our fan base is even good. This is great. But you know what I didn't do yet? I didn't celebrate our victory the way I always do. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rock, 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 go hard, win this game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions. Oh. The continued dominance and ownership of Ford Field North continues. I heard for Lions fans, because we own so much of Lambeau Field, that we get that Lambeau house for free 1 week a year. Who wants to go on draft week? Oh, okay, help it. Let me see. Well, Aleem's injured this week right now, so he's 1. Hutchison is 2. Jalen Reeves Maven is 3. And Anzalone, that's 4. 4 currently. I don't know. Don't even care. I think it would be a good, where it'd be a great spot for him, because it would eliminate them having to waste a draft pick for a second valid target. The New York Giants. Yes. Tomorrow night we get to see Calico Ken in the Truffle Shuffle. He's going to be doing it right here, right now. So, how about that wonderful Bears head coach? The offensive coordinator made head coach. 4 yards to 310 in the first half. Caleb was sucking the cob all day. Holy shit. And of course, hopefully tomorrow night we can have Little Thumbs Dan Leonard, the garden gnome, in here. LOL, JB. But yes, Brent, you're absolutely right. It is that time. Yeah, the Bears OC, Thomas, the interim OC. Remember, they fired Shane Waldron. They made the interim OC, Thomas Brown, and then they promoted him to interim head coach. Oh man, for a second I thought that was a real picture. I was like, who? Oh, this is a real picture. That is Caleb. That's after the Thanksgiving game. That's how he eats his cob. It's I didn't know that. What do you think about that? I think it's the biggest mistake in NFL history. There has never been an interim coordinator made an interim head coach in NFL history. So it boggles my mind that they thought this would work. Now remember, for those of you who weren't here, November was no win November, and it was participated for by 4 teams. That was the New York Giants, the Chicago Bears, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Raiders. Glad to see that Jacksonville. Yes, that's a real picture, JI. That's not AI. That's him eating a corn cob. Caleb D. Throw Williams. But on to what the important part is. Let's start it off right. It's Buck the Bear. It's Buck the Bears. 4-9. 0-3 in the division. Pretty soon to be 0-4. Buck the Bears. In third place, 9-4. 1-3 in the division because the Lions beat them again. It's FTP. Buck the Packers. At 10-2 because they skull fucked the Falcons. It's the Vikings. 2-1 in the division. Why? The Lions skull fucked them. And 4-0 in the division. 12-1 overall. And still Kings of the North. It is the mighty, mighty Lions. First time in Lions history. 12-1. Come on, guys. 11 straight wins. Never. Ever. Think about that. It's never happened. Holy shit, it's worse than I thought. You think it's going to be a tight game between the Bears and Vikings? I don't think the Bears are going to have a tight game the rest of the season. Listen to this. This is the stat line. Total yards at the end of the game, 162. 94 passing yards and 68 rushing yards versus the 49ers. 2 penalties, 39 in return yards, 52 total plays to their 61. 3.1 yards per play. And both teams had a turnover. Bears had 14 touchdowns. They had 22. I'd say they outscored them in the second half, but they only scored 13 points the entire game. It was 24 to nothing in the half. Oh, Jake, and I was just going over the stats, and the way I look at it, it should be a good close matchup, but I got the Lions winning by 6. I'll write my article about it here either today or tomorrow. But Jake, and it's good to see you, brother. Remember, the defense is the Legion. The Legion of whom? Because we have no idea who's playing any given week because we'll get a grocery clerk from Walmart next week. I mean, Jesus Christ. Al-Qadim Muhammad, Ben Neiman, Pat O'Connor, Trevor Nowaski, Ezekiel Turner. All these guys are making plays for this team. Nobody was heard of before this season. Nobody. None of them. I mean, I knew who Nowaski was because I followed him in college. It's the Legion of whom? No, nothing. There's no news out other than the fact we're wearing the black unis. Um, the Bills are exposed as a bad running defense. I'm pretty sure he did have other plans for that Cobb car. But I'm gonna thank each and every one of you for watching on every platform out there. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out this afternoon to go back to work or to get ready to go to work. Whatever you have to do this afternoon. I don't care. We're winning by 6. Statistically, that's what I see. But that being said, it's time to give homage to my sponsor. Yes, the black unis. It's going to be great with the alternate helmet. It's Brandon Service at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road. In Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. Used tires starting at $45 and up, depending on size and condition. If you need new tires, remember they get delivered in 1 to 2 business days. Please call 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself. After giving your quote, don't forget you also get $25 off a set of new tires, $10 off a set of used tires. They are open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. and on Sundays 9 to 5:30. I want to say thank you to everybody watching. It has been my pleasure to bring to you my take on the stats and what I think is going to happen. If we stop them on third down, we are winning this game because we get third down on offense. This has been Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B on Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions YouTube page, on the Huddle app, on your TVs, on Roku and Amazon. Make sure you check out the Huddle Sports app. It's a great app to watch football on. Have a great day, everybody, and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before.